We're in, like I said, Shepton Mallet prison. It's massive, it's cold, it's dark, and we've got lots of areas to investigate. Perfect. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to take you for a walk around the prison. Let's get going. It's good to be back on live stream. It is good to be back on live stream. So our main block for the first 2.5 hours, this is B block, isn't it? Where?
On the stairs.
One on the stairway there.
There's one in this doorway behind me.
Is there one above you? So on the top floor, there's still that ball there that you made flash last time. Can you make it flash again for me? We've heard a whistle, but also what makes that like an animal noise.
Take the camera with you down if you want.
Yeah.
Do you want the light on or off?
Off. So, my chest feels really tight now, it's ridiculous. You alright there?
We share a break to see what you pick up.
Cool, alright then guys, we're going to leave you. There's always a light to your left hand. We've got another hour now. We're going to go to the other block, the infirmary. This has been a really good little session here though. Certainly banging in there. And you've already heard a female voice, I heard a male voice. I just want to listen back through to see what we heard. So, it's so cold, I'm regretting every minute of wearing shorts. Every minute of it. Do you reckon the weather?
It's just all.
Do you reckon the weather is?
It's got to be wind chill minus, definitely.
Oh, it's definitely wind chill minus. No, that's all. It's absolute taters. That's 14 people. And that's really good. 14 people in the locket. At least they get takeaway because if working all night, it'd be easy to get takeaway. Such a dick, isn't
Oh, there you are, Lee. Hi, mate.
Yes. So you've not been in there yet, have you? So we going? You going?
Yeah, let's do
Are we all swapping over with the other group?
Where are they? Andy, the only thing you might be come across.
Everybody's in there, but I think is it her daughter? Yeah. She's gone to the toilet. Just make sure she gets back.
We've been working with them before. This was the bathhouse. So this was showers then? Do you know what I was saying? And that was leave that out and record it. This concerns me because I just didn't think that in a prison we'd have this many nooks and crannies and walkways where...
That seems like to be average, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think this
Also, radiators in the middle of a shower seems like a terrible idea.
Maybe this is the first time they tried it out and then thought it's not going to work.
Maybe it's why it's not going to make cleaner than that.
So we're now back in the main prison wing. Cheers, Jem.
Yes, and to be honest, we've had...
You're right.
So we're live streaming. So.
Yeah, we're live. No swearing.
We've had...
Do you want to tell us?
cases on go from cell 8. And I think Mark would have done quite an EMF sweep because he asked earlier on.
Okay.
And then when we were in there, I thought I heard a breath.
Okay.
Just outside.
How did the breath sound? Like Monica?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's interesting then. So the guy you just swapped over with, the other guys then, so they were in here, they'd had the catwalk top floor. Obviously you're not allowed on top floor, so I don't know how they got that.
I've heard of that as well in the infirmary. Next to me, yes, you did.
So we've that's been a common theme for us. So we were in the old house up there, and Andy and Beth just walking out of this, they told us a story, they had it. And then we had the same thing. So so far in there, we had a male, 3 syllables. Don't know what we've all mic'd up.
Yeah.
We're also hearing this banging, which we put it down to maybe the wind and an external door.
Yeah.
So we went up to the external door and we tried it, and it's possible. We waited there and we had the biggest gust of wind outside, and the door didn't move. So that's really cool.
Because we've been having banging our side, and I've almost been dismissing it thinking it was you guys.
Yeah, no, we haven't been anywhere near you, so we've literally, the good thing is you can see us coming with that light.
Yeah.
You can't really hide, we can't go anywhere.
Put this back on me.
So yeah, okay.
I'll do that.
Where were you? In there?
I should have taken the neck thing. I didn't think it through, did I?
And the K2 meter went off.
Yes, that's true.
It went off, so it went right out to bed.
Annoyingly, when I heard the voice,
And then
that
we
fell
went
off
in
just
there,
before.
and then
So I had to put it in my pocket. It's not too
Did
bad
you have done
though.
any
It was
testing?
It's okay, we don't use them to record, we just use them to spot where people are.
But it's they're not too bad.
But we
They're
did get communications with the rods,
Yes.
and there was a boy. The boy came through,
Okay.
and we got we got a lot of communication through right to the end, and the energy just completely changed.
Yeah.
And interestingly, the K2 went off at the same time as well.
It was the child being controlled by somebody else that it changed.
Yeah.
What was that?
Very
Don't forget,
very dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've got this, yeah, so it's probably going to affect the K2s.
So the only thing I think is that you realised we've got the next group through and then through, so you've got solitary confinement to go into, but you can use that to investigate. But then as soon as we even walk anywhere near, we get the radio system. Can you hear that?
I haven't said no one's come.
They're not
There's
raising
only
us to
about
be
3
quiet,
people
they're
that
saying, "Did you
said
hear
who's
that?"
watching.
And then we heard a whistle. We heard it's a proper ghost hunter's whistle. It's that trying to get a response.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we knew it's 2. Is anyone else there? Did you hear that?
There's voices then.
It was like a sniff or a voice, like.
Sure, I didn't hear a whistle.
then.
Reverberating.
So, let's check them out.
Or mark it.
Mark it. Mark it. I'm going to mark it. It's a good idea, that'd be me.
Okay.
Darts has got to be a bad idea in prison.
Strange.
Who's
online?
I don't know, there's 10 people on.
What have we wrapped up?
Got you yawning twice now.
Sorry. Just keep the cold out.
So what's our plan?
From the cold mechanism, what?
What's our plan? Where?
Now, I think we go
Workhouse.
Yeah. We take Annie Beck with us, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because at the next area you've got 3 blocks, haven't you? 3 blocks.
Yes.
You've got 3 blocks. But I think we leave them, because if Annie don't want to come over to there, because over there's only going to be Mark, Pete and Rox and that lot.
Yeah, okay.
Unless they want to go to solitary, Mark and Annie and Beth. Mark, Annie and Beth.
Was that?
Someone just whistled. That was ages ago, wasn't it?
I'd say you whistled
Not
what?
on the reflector.
3 minutes, 4 minutes ago?
Yeah. They just radio through, so someone just whistled. It's too long ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right there.
So if you go out here, you go back towards the workhouse, then it's up in base that corner there. It's quite deceiving because you've got the 16th century cells you crawl through. There's 2 or 3 of those, / under the stairs cupboards. But then you've got 1, 2, 3 stories of it as well, haven't you? So it's quite deceiving. And we've had quite a bit, I think, Ryan and Lindsay are in there at the minute. But you've also then got the governor's house, and you've got 3 stories, got 2 stories there. So it's quite
You've got
interesting.
some security blocking go outside and to the left as well.
So there's loads of extra areas there, so it's worth just mindful that although that was part of that area, you obviously didn't get in it because you stayed where you are. So don't be afraid if you want to go, if you want to wander. The thing we found hard with here is that when you've almost all got to stay on one floor, because we had Mark on one level and Mark on the other level, and then we were going, who was that? Oh, that was me, sorry. And then you think you're doing things. It's horrible. So you've either all got to stay and investigate, or spread yourself down even more.
Like in Darnham, when you have 3 floors of people and everyone's really trying to be really quiet.
The great thing about the next area is you've got one whole block that literally is like this, but it's standalone, and then you've got D block. So you've got again another little cell room, and then you've got the hanging room. And then you've got the condemned rat cell, and then you've got another bit. We went into A block, didn't we?
Yeah.
Another, like almost just 1 story, but it's double the length. So we can really separate down that point. My microphone.
Is there someone coming in? Do anyone else hear that?
Pete, you up there? You at the top?
Dan. They're behind. Pete's.
Who's over here then?
Who's this end?
Who's there? I was just talking to someone. Who's that?
Oh yeah, that is someone up there.
Who's me? Who? Cool.
I thought it was like that door opening. Go and open that door a minute. Jem said she heard it.
What was that?
I don't know. I thought it was a door opening or... Yeah, that was it. Do it again. Yep. That was that door.
That's interesting. So who was that?
Don't know.
Is that one of our group?
Yeah. I think so. Whoever that is. Who goes there?
Oh, you're right, son. You're right. Where'd you get it from? Hey, where'd you get this? Oh, yeah, right. Let's get on my family. It's the rubbish. So you were in there, so there's no one in the where you were, so it goes there now. And get out stuff.
Yeah, I agree, Jem. That's exactly what I thought it was. It's going to cut off again in 5 minutes. It is ridiculous, this app. Literally, for some reason I can't log straight back on. I have to sort of leave it a couple of minutes and then go live again, so just bear with it, guys. It's hideous. Like I said, if it was just a normal venue, I probably would have persevered with it, but because of the location, we're going to give it a go. As long as people are watching, we're going to keep filming. We're here till 4 AM. I don't know, Jem heard that, she said it sounded like someone opened a door and coming through, which is what I said.
I half expected someone.
Yeah, I know. When you said who's that, and one was up the top, but he was middle by that time. Yeah, well, we have to, that's D block, isn't it? It's solitary.
So this was used as solitary. So this guy's going to be solitary confinement, and there we go. They're usually sex offenders, ex-police or prison officers who have given evidence against others. So that's interesting because I said no, didn't I, earlier?
Yeah, and it's exactly that.
That's exactly that.
So is that the other group going to break off in a minute? Are they?
They're going to go 45 minutes. They're going to go, they just keep turning around, they'd like coming to groups of fours. That's cool. So there's no one now back in, we haven't done, we've got to take them into the infirmary and stuff. Do you reckon?
Go there now, shall we?
There's no one in the workhouse in that way. I can go and have a look at that.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Because then we've seen as a group, as a live stream, we've seen it. So we've got, we're almost coming to the end of the first session. And what you've got is people then, because it's a little bit of a different investigation this evening because we're not so regimented with groups. It's better for you guys if it wouldn't keep cutting out because we're here for 2.5 hours per session. You'll come into the end of the session now where people have almost done their bits, so people are just finding new areas to go to. We had a really good session down there. Where you haven't been to yet is the infirmary, which would have been to treat infections and all sorts, which we'll read through in a minute. And then it's almost like the hard labour ward, wing, sorry. So you've got the ones 14 men per cell, ones where they used to literally walk on a treadmill all day to power the bakery and the mill. So it must have been a terrible place, but let's head over there now because we've got Mark and John. It'll be worth having a chat with them to see what they're picking up. And Michael, sorry.
Still got 8 on 9.
Amazing. I told you you're in trouble now.
You trouble me.
What do you want to do? To have a little wander around?
Yeah, might as well. Can you get much, mate?
Well, yeah, I suppose we've got a gentleman who was here through an injury. They got back when they were sent back to the cells. Sent here in the 50s, released in the 60s. But he comes back because he's looking for somebody who abused him and was here.
Okay.
But they're also here, they died here. But apparently that's not enough. That's not punishment. The fact that that person died here isn't punishment enough.
So, rewind it, were we talking to an adult?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't find out your age, did we? Right, just for the benefit of my friends who just walked in, can you show me his answer again, please?
Can you see how right I'm on one?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And your answer? And if I ask you a question you don't understand,
Both him. Really strong.
yes, when you was here, when you were sent here, were you a young man? Because we know your accuser was older, so were you in your 20s? So this guy who bullied you, what did he do? Was it physical abuse? And mental abuse? And did he touch you? Did he sexually abuse you?
Explains why you're being dead end and punishment on that.
So, what do you intend to do to this person? Are you trying to harm them in some way?
We'll go this way.
I don't understand how you can do that.
Still don't understand, yeah. I know this is why.
Okay, this stairway makes more sense for the infirmary.
Yeah.
Still would be time, but...
So this here would have been scurvy, cholera, typhoid, smallpox, scarlet fever, and measles who would have been housed up here.
Just so you know at home, they were doing dowsing rods in there.
Yeah. Oh, should we go on this floor?
So yeah, this is...
Never been this way, have we?
So this would have been the workhouse, wouldn't it? Or part of.
Yeah. So, it changes into offices when hard labour.
And then the parole board.
So yeah, so you'd, in here, you'd come in here to decide your fate. These rooms would have been hideous, right? Because you've been in there for however long you've been in there, and then you know you're going to come into these rooms. You're going to try and plead your case, but evidently, it's almost like the decision's made for you, you know, and we already know whether you're in it for the long haul, or you've got any chance of parole, I guess. These have been the treadmills. Just what would have been here before. On cast iron wheels, drove the shaft, they used a mill with the corn, the other side of this building. 10 hours.
They had these other prisons, but they didn't do anything, did they?
No, so the one in Bolton jail was used as pure punishment. It didn't power anything apparently. I think it just, I'm sure that is just purely for hard labour. But this was used to do the mill corn on the other side, so you'd help I suppose you're helping the local village but 10 hours a day in 50-minute intervals, just keep changing and changing and changing. This would have been tough, man. I know that you've got the 16th century cell and you've got the other cells, but you'd give anything to be in general population, I reckon.
Yeah.
The hard labour. Jeez. Come on, tell us what hard labour was like.
What was that?
Footsteps.
What?
These guys, I think.
Did you bring a voice for it?
No, I didn't have one. We're all mic'd up, aren't we? So.
So they're moving around again, are they?
Yeah, what are they doing?
Should really be staying in an area for a certain amount of time.
I think, like I said to you on there, it's almost because it's so big, you're so spoiled for choice.
People are rushing around to get as many areas in.
And we know from sessions we've had in other places. Look at when we live streamed in the Lamb in Thiel. We had one room. We had one box room where we had some of the best K2 capital K2 sessions we ever had. You could easily run around trying to chase your tail.
Yeah.
You got to look at Andy and Beth, I suppose, for the first session. They're in the main room, in their room with the 6th century cell, and you're getting knocking, banging, size. You know, there's lots of activity in one area.
How long are we here for now?
We've only got half an hour, why is it going to go dead?
No, they've got another 10 minutes on this.
So next time this goes off, we'll cut for break, I reckon.
Yeah, the break is going to be an hour though, isn't it?
It may be sooner. We can go whenever we want to go, but the worst case scenario will be like 1 hour. But if not, we're trying to record it. These are going to be uploaded anyway, so if you can't come back on, we totally appreciate it. But the next session we're going to be doing, I don't know, you've got the hangman cell, the drop, the condemned man cell, you've got the hanging noose and all the apparatus still there. You've got one of them and you've got another standalone block, and then you've got all that sort of side of things, so I feel you're going to come back on.
I think where the hangman's drop is, the room before that would have been the cell they'd have been housed in and read the last rites and stuff like that.
But it does say it's the condemned man cell on the door. It's got like a hatch in it, and I reckon it would have been observed through that hatch, fed through that hatch. There was none of this what you have now in this reprieve. Once you were there, you were gone. And it is a room that's no bigger than this. You know, just one bed would have been in there, I guess. You'd had your last supper, boom, you'd have gone.
The amount of sorrow in that room, if they say that,
Definitely sorrow.
if say that kind of thing stays in a building, sort of etches itself in a building, then that out of any room in this whole prison.
It's crazy. So we'll go 10 minutes with this, yeah? I think Andy and Beth might be in general population lunch.
Should we go and have a look? Because there's not
a lot in here. It doesn't feel too much in here, does it?
No.
I'd love to have seen that as well. Just now, just the temperature. It's cold in minus one, isn't it?
Yeah, the wind chill factor's got to be -3.
I'm going to be so ill. Is there a flash on? Oh yeah.
It might be my torch.
Prison will have one shower a week in this room. One shower a week.
Oh my goodness, as soon as we left you, Dad, we walked in this room, and as soon as we walked in, we heard footsteps, and then we heard again another.
I didn't even say a word before.
Were you in here as well?
Because we were coming back to look for them.
Yes, yeah. So who's going to go with them now?
No one.
No one here. We haven't been there yet.
So no one's left this?
Unless Mike.
No, we've just seen them. So, who was walking then?
Do you know what, right?
I think Andy was moving.
No, walking now?
There wasn't a walker.
Right, we've just been on the middle floor. That'd be on camera, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's on camera.
We could see you up there.
Right, so we've just been on the middle floor, right, and we've just walked forward now. And Lee has just said, what are they going back in there for so quickly? As in you guys, because we've seen you go to here.
Yes.
But you guys haven't gone into that. Because you guys are here.
But the other,
Slamming doors as well?
No.
we haven't even heard that either.
Heard the door bang again.
Yeah, see, we've not heard that from over there, so it's come from this
Yes,
building.
On this side, yeah, we heard a door bang. I was explaining how we were over there and I dismissed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely had a bang.
Who's... We're going to check it out then.
Let's
Lee's just said on camera, why are they going back over there so quickly?
Yeah.
And we had a conversation about sometimes when you're in a really big place, you end up chasing your tail and trying to go too many places.
We've got to go and see who's there.
Yeah, we've been in here. Good.
If there's no one, if there's no one in that,
We're going there now, I guess.
Right, let's go around it quickly, right, so we know no one's...
well, no one's left because this is the only way through to it.
Right. Someone on the group has got to say, they heard our conversation about people moving from group to group, yeah?
Yeah, just make sure there's no one in here first. Is everyone coming here now?
Hello?
Is there no one here?
Hello? That's ridiculous.
What did you say?
There's no one here.
What's going on?
We haven't known it, we're just saying that.
Hello? No.
Right, we still been walking there.
Right guys, those of you watching at home, do you remember when we were in the other area talking? I was kind of moaning about people giving up too early and moving on. We've just come to this area, there's no one in here. The group hasn't left the other building, and the other guys were above us in the building, so there's no one else walking around this area.
There was a woman.
Yes.
Was it?
That's the second time you've heard that, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right.
Again.
Oh hang on, is there someone up?
That's
Mark.
Might be Mark and Michael.
It's a woman's voice.
So Mark, through there, doing a session. And he says, just something coming here.
Guns. Once again.
There's somebody talking.
Okay, that can explain that. There's somebody here, isn't there?
Someone talking
up and no one answered, but
Let's check.
there's got to be someone up there.
If we walk out and
Sorry,
assume
I know it's bright, I'm just trying to...
Hello? Who's that? Mark?
Yeah, no retinas.
Let's do get in here, we normally get gallows of justice, you know?
I suppose it's kind of a similar sort of setup, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Shame we can't come back
Yes.
late in summer.
Yeah.
So Mark is up there.
Oh, well,
But
how long ago did you get
is he
up
with
there?
with any ladies?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'll check. Because the noise I've heard definitely sounded female. So he's putting on a lady's voice maybe?
But also, that was what you heard the first time, wasn't
Yes, yeah. But it was different. Like, the first time it sounded like a very distant sort of shout that could have been like in the town perhaps. But this time it was like words. Or syllables.
it? Okay.
Right.
Yeah, no, I was going to make a stupid comment.
It's not.
It's done myself.
And you stopped yourself.
Really?
I've grown as a person tonight.
That was K2, yeah?
What?
Did you hear that? Bleed, like a long bleed.
No.
It was this. It sounded like this.
Did it go off in your pocket perhaps?
No,
No,
it
it's
was
off.
turned on, but it was there. So that leads us to see whether they've got.
Jem said yes, Scotland.
Oh, oops.
Yeah.
That's no, that's red, isn't it?
That was
Is that
loud.
you?
I can hear it.
That was really
That
loud.
was
What
gonna-
was that?
15 seconds.
Is it?
Guys, now
Guys,
this stuff leaves.
guys, this is going to cut off now, 15 seconds. Do you want to go back live? We've got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll go back on. So
We'll go back live in 2 minutes. Bear with us, sorry.